Hey everybody, today we're going to test out the helmet cam. I got the helmet cam all rigged up, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate one of the rides on Ragbri this year. It'll be the shortest day on Ragbri. It's only 40 miles, it's actually 39 point something, and I've actually got the mileage between cities, and we're going to try to duplicate that. But I'm also going to go down to Montrose. I'm going to look at the floodwater. We're going to ride River Road into Keokuk. And I'm going to see if I can't ride across the bridge and look at the Hamilton side of the bridge. It's flooded right now. So, it's going to be a fun ride. We're killing two birds with one stone. Alright, so here I am starting my app. I use Map My Ride app by Under Armour. It works really good. You can keep track of your mileage. You can keep track of a lot of different things. You can keep track of your speed and your elevation and your feet of climb. So here I am jumping on the Trek Excalibur 8. I decided that would be the appropriate bike to take because I was going to do some gravel riding that day. I took kind of a funky route. The helmet cam is pretty bouncy and rough, and every time I move my head, it's not quite as good as the handlebar cam. So from now on, I'll probably be using more footage from the handlebar cam. There's a nice descent going down to Grape Creek. Here we are descending into Montrose off of Middle Road. This was nice. I could actually blow through this stop sign because the roads on each side were closed. And here is the floodwater in Montrose. Completely over the little bridge there. There was no getting through this. I wanted to ride through it, but it was a little too deep. Water just everywhere. Feel sorry for those people that live there. That had to be a pain. Alright, here I am on River Road, where the road had actually caved in from all the rain. It happens a lot right here. There was only a little path to get across, but I made her. I can think of several times that the county has had to fill that up and repave that. Alright, here I am descending on River Road, heading towards Sandusky. It was a very beautiful day that day. Made it up the hill in Rand Park, and I thought I'd take me a little break. I like to sit down on these benches and look out over the river for a while. Catch my breath after riding up that hill. So I grabbed my charger, and this is pretty cool. This is my solar charger, and I'm actually plugging in my speaker because my tunes died. Here I am on the bridge itself. This was pretty cool. The amount of people walking across this bridge, it was pretty neat. There's a guy that took his motorcycle down there. There were a lot of people walking on the bridge. I thought, this is a once in a lifetime thing to be able to walk or ride your bicycle right down the middle of the bridge with no traffic. So I took advantage of it. As you can see, people just walking everywhere. There was a lot of people out enjoying this beautiful day. Alright, we made it across the bridge. But now we're coming up on the Hamilton side where the flooding was. And as you can see, there was no passing through this. It was fairly deep right there over the railroad tracks. Here's a little phone video snippet I did. I'm here at the end of the bridge. Well, there ain't no getting through that. And I don't know if you can hear the sound. The dam, the water's just rushing through it. It sounds like Niagara Falls. I bet the water is at least a foot or two deep right here. Foot and a half maybe. Well, it was time to head on back across the bridge. I thought I would do some weaving, practice my skills. Then I realized I hadn't rode on the other side yet. So I simply picked my bike up and set it across on the other side. Not every day you get to play around in the middle of the Keokuk Bridge. It was kind of scary, honestly. On that right side, well, on the side going into Keokuk, the wall is not nearly as high because the walking path is on the other side. And so it would take nothing to fall over that wall. I kind of looked down for a little while. The water was just rushing. And I kind of got a little bit of vertigo. The water was just rushing through there. It was right up on the bottom of the old bridge. Just a lot of water. So I'd had about enough of that and decided to get back over to the safe zone. So here I am coming back into Keokuk in this car. I wish I could have got their license plate because they were driving like an idiot. They swerved out around those people. Now the great thing about this is, this was a Sunday, and it was just a perfect day. But there was hardly any traffic because of the bridge being closed, and because of it being a Sunday. I've rode my bike every day of the week, and Sundays are always the least amount of traffic. But there was really a lot less traffic because of the bridge being closed. So I was actually able to ride straight down Main Street, which I absolutely would never do on a normal day. But as you can see, there's just virtually very few cars. And the ones that were behind me were in the other lane. So it was great. I was able to ride down Main Street for several blocks. Sometimes when I'm on a night ride, I will ride down Main Street because there's not as many vehicles. But very rarely do I get this opportunity in the middle of the day to ride right down Main Street with the traffic. The further I got down Main Street, the busier it got, the more traffic there was. So eventually I turned off. But I made it quite a ways. Alright, here I am at V's. Had to get me some libations before I took off again. There's nothing like good craft beer when you're on a bike ride. I call it beer strength. If you drink about 3 or 4 and you get a good buzz, you take off and it's like you got all this power all of a sudden. But if you have too many beers, just the opposite happens and your legs turn into spaghetti. Here I am on Middle Road climbing the hill, just past the country club. This is a killer descent right here. The problem is going up the other side. Isn't it very much fun? And it's one of those hills where you lose all your momentum before you hit the next hill. Alright, we're back on the gravel now. On the home stretch. this was a really good ride, if I remember right. This was about 42 miles. If you like these videos, be sure to give them a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, The Rockstar Farmer, make sure you do that. If you have any ideas for subjects that I can talk about or future videos, post them in the comments. I'd love to know. I'd like to do more of these, but I like to keep them fresh and interesting. Good to be home. Boss Dog was happy to see me. Thanks for watching. Now it's time for me to sit in my easy chair and relax. We'll see y'all next time.